In a real fight, I'm not going to care about being pulled over to the side, okay, and losing points. I'm going to care about being pulled over to the side because it means I am no longer in a place where I can strike, and it puts him in a position where he can strike. So here are some of the valuable things that we're going to do to ensure that we begin doing kind of this smother attack, okay? This is where we're going to start it. First thing, okay, is I want you guys, go ahead and just go into really defensive position, okay? Is you guys are going to attack whatever arm is in top. You're going to come in with your hand facing up like you're saying hi to yourself, okay? And you're going to grab whatever that wrist is, okay? Like you're going, and you're going to pin it like you're going to do an Americana. Fully knowing we're not going to do an Americana from here, okay? Now, here's the thing. I can't just force this, resist. I can't just force this way because it's really hard. What I can do is I can drop my head, keep my arm close to my body, and just drive it. You see how easy that was? Once I get it over here, all I'm trying to do here is get my hand underhooked. So rule number one is I want to get the underhook on one of the arms. Number two, I immediately want to control the head. Okay? The moment I have underhooking, I have head. At that point, I want to begin going for the third thing. I want to raise the arm. And when I raise the arm, my whole body comes up with the arm. Okay? To the point where I can, everybody sees this? So I can grab the guy's lats, or as close as I can to grabbing the lats. So once again, number one, underhook. Number two, control the head and raise the arms until that underhook arm, the head arm can grab the lats. Everybody understand so far? Third thing, once I get to this position, I need to control the head. Okay? At this point is when I climb. And some of you guys that really are good players, you can even start pinning the arms, okay? But I get to this position. The moment I have the head, I can force the head down and my body up. Buck, get me off of you. See how much easier it is to do this, to control him? He's not going to generate enough force. So at that point, I go to my third thing. I try to grab my own elbow, okay? And then I'm going to shrug up, and I'm going to slide down. This right here is a great place for you to start working, because now your feet are relatively free and you can keep them stuck in here. Now here he just begins to panic a little bit, so now you can start working whatever the hell you want to work from here. This is basically what we would call a launch position. Some of the times, well, a good portion of the time, the guy's going to fucking panic. And by the way, you do this in no-gi, especially with a shirt that's slightly sweaty, you're basically waterboarding the guy. So the guy will fucking panic, I guarantee. I mean, like, we just saw fucking, what's his ass go against Gordon Ryan, Felipe Pena. And Felipe Pena was fucking spazzing and panicking most of the match just from the wet shirt being in his face in that position, right? The goal here is we're gonna either get a submission from him with the smother, or we're gonna get him to spaz out and stretch out his arms. Now, before we do it, I have to tell you guys, why do we want the guy to spaz out and stretch his arms? Well, it's real simple. Traditional Jiu-Jitsu that was done for the streets and not for fucking competition ring, we always wanted the guy to stretch out his arms. When would he stretch out his arms? Well, he would stretch out his arms when he was in a position of discomfort because he was being pounded, like in Vale Tudo. If I'm beating the crap out of this guy, what's this guy going to do automatically? He's going to begin trying to buck me off, and that's when shit presents itself, like arm bars, chokes, whatever else, right? This is going to be the same. We're going to be smothering the guy, trying to create a reaction. Which means you, as the top guy, better be ready for his reaction, because he will spaz the fuck out. He will stop caring about getting out of the mount. He will just start spazzing and bucking like a wild horse, trying to get some air in his lungs. So again, back to the thing. We fight for the underhook, step one, okay? Step two, we control the head, and we come up by raising his arm, okay? Through either a little finger climb, or by simply muscling his arm up to the point where you can grab the lat. Okay? Step three is once you've got that, your hand's gonna grab the top of his head and you're gonna scoot your entire body up. You're gonna take that mount high, high, high. Okay? Once you got that, figure out a way to cover, to grab both of your elbows, put the center of his face in the middle of your chest and just bring him in. You could slide your legs down at that point and just smother the shit out of him. Go do it.